Let us discuss the select statement in more detail. To retrieve all information from a table, we use the asterisk. To identify rows for output, we can include a where clause. A typical condition in the where clause requires a column name, a comparison operator, and a literal value, expression, or column name. The following is a list of all the comparison operators that we can use. For example, if you would like to list the title and the price of any book with retail price above $55, we can do so by having the condition retail is greater than 55 in our select statement. In another example, if we need to perform inventory of books with the title occurring alphabetically after the string HO, we can see that we can also use the comparison operators with our strings. We can also have derived values from a list of our columns. Derived values are determined or calculated from the values in existing columns by using arithmetic operators and or functions. The following gives us an example of a derived value. As we can see, we can have the difference of retail and costs columns in our table to get the profit. We can also appear the derived values inside our where clause. We can also combine certain strings from different columns using the concatenation operator. In here, we concatenate the customer number, the first name, and the last name, and make it appear as one column named customer in our output. If we would like to compare our column with multiple values, we can do so by using the any and all operator. In this example, we are comparing if the customer number is less than any of the following. If it is less than 1001, 1002, or 1003, we are going to select the following data, as we have seen in our output. For the any operator to be true, we only need to satisfy at least one of the choices. The first example, 20 is less than 25, that is why it returns true. The second one, 20 is greater than all of them, that is why it still returns true. Same goes to the third and fourth example. Take note, equals any is equivalent to n that we will be discussing later, although not equal to any is not equivalent to not in. On the other hand, all operator works like an AND operator, meaning we need to satisfy all of the choices in order for us to return true, as we can see in this example. In this example, we're saying that state should not be in all of these states, California, Florida, Georgia, Illinois, or New Jersey, as we can see in our output. Again, in the all operator, we need to satisfy all of the choices. So in here, the first one is false because only one of the choices is less than 20. The second one is still false because only two satisfy 20 is greater than 2 and 11. The third one is still false because none of them satisfy equality, but the last one is true because all of the choices is not equal to 20. Take note that equals to all is not equivalent to in, but is equivalent to equals to any. But not equal to all is equivalent to not in. The following are the other comparison operators. The in operator is analogous to the OR logical operator, combining simple equality conditions. Between x and y if we are comparing with large range of values, or values that fall between x and y. It can be used with numbers, to actual values, and dates. Like is what we use to search for partial matches. And is null or is not null comparison with the null value. This is an example of the in operator. If we would like to list the titles of books currently in inventory that were published by publisher 1, 2, or 5, we can use the in operator. So what we do is to select the title, pub ID from books, where pub ID is in the following values. And as we can see in the result, we are going to get all of the publications of these three publishers. If, for example, we would like to list the book titles falling in the B through the D range, we can use the between X and Y operator. Take note that the between X and Y operator works for literals, as we can see in this example, and it also works with numerical values and dates. If we would like to make partial matches, we can use the like operator. Like is used with wildcard characters. The percentage character to match any string or 0 or more characters, and the underscore if you would like to match any individual character. The escape option is used to search for the actual percentage or underscore symbol. If, for example, we would like to find any customer whose last name starts with the letter P, we can say select last name from customers where last name is like P and then our wildcard. This means that we will all get the last names that starts with letter P, and it doesn't matter what comes after the letter P. If you would like to be specific with the number of characters, you can use the underscore wildcard. As in here, we only know that the first letter of the customer's last name is letter N, and the last letter of the customer's last name is letter N as well. And we know that the number of letters on the last name is 6. So we can specify in our like the 2 N's at the start and at the end, and then 4 additional underscore wildcards. And in our output, we can see that customer Nguyen and customer Nelson satisfies this where clause. We can place a wildcard character wherever we want. For example, if we would like to list the customer number and the customer's name with the last name containing MI or the first name containing NI, this is how we're going to do it. So as we can see, we place the wildcard character in between before and after MI and before and after NI. And in our output, we can see that it doesn't matter where the NI or MI is located as long as it contains MI and NI. To search for null values in our database tables, we just use the keyword is null. On the contrary, if we would like to search for data that do not contain null values, we just make this is not null. If we need to combine multiple simple conditions, we can use the following logical operators. And if we would like our conditions to be both true, or if we only need at least one condition to be true, and not to give us the opposite value. If the three of them appear in one where clause, they are evaluated in the following order: the not first, and then the and then the or. For example, if we need to list any book that costs more than $15 and is published by publisher number 4, and also include any book in the family life category, this is how we're going to do it. Take note that we can also add open and close parentheses for us to be able to know that we are getting the right data. The importance of the usage of the open and close parentheses is highlighted in this example. As we can see, we have the same simple conditions in both the previous example and this one, but the open and close parentheses gives us different results. The following rules determine the order in which expressions are being evaluated. It is important for us to familiarize ourselves with these rules so that we are getting our intended data.